Hello everybody. Today's video, I'm releasing the village save file for anybody who wants to play. Now, I'm going to kind of give a world or server kind of tour. We're going to go a little bit quickly. I'm not going to touch base on absolutely everything, but I do have a series, so if you want to get a little bit more in-depth look, you can go watch those videos. Unfortunately, just the views aren't really there, and I've kind of lost interest in the game after playing it for I think like 105 hours or something at this point. So until it gets a new update or something, I'm going to go play other stuff and just kind of, you know, mess around. So let's get into the world tour here. Cool little entryway. Episode 1, we made this building and this lodestone gazebo. I love the way the stairs are lit up. This is my second favorite build, oddly enough. This thing was first for a long time. I love the stairs. I love just the design overall. This nice little lumber mill here, it's just glorified wood storage, but I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I like the moon roof, and overall, I just enjoy the aesthetic of this building. It was my first attempt at a building all the way from foundation to ceiling. It's got its own little shed. We actually have these custom roads as well. If you didn't know, you can bury foundations under the ground, and yeah, gives this effect of, you know, traveled on dirt. It just kind of adds to the build, you know, go into your actual builds. Then we've got our weapon and armor shop. Nothing amazing on the outside. I mean, it looks clean, it looks fine, but the inside, oh, we really discovered something quite special in my opinion. You can throw items out of your inventory on the ground. So I stumbled upon this whenever I was using magical mending. I would throw my bow on the ground and I would go to repair it, and then I realized, oh, that actually like looks like my bow. There's unique art to these, like, you know, assets. So I had the idea to fill up our weapon and armor shop with some inventory by just throwing stuff on the table. I also carry this over into future builds, which we're gonna go look at right now. Why not? On the way though, actually, I just built this just because I was messing around with something. And I thought, like, I could build it taller. Unfortunately, okay, come on. How do you miss? Unfortunately, you know, stability issues are still tricky for me. But yeah, I just built like this weird janky observation deck. I think it's a little trippy, but it's pretty cool because of one feature specifically. I was messing around with roofs because I've been having issues with those, and I kind of came up with a pretty neat concept in my opinion. I think that's pretty cool. I think you could do something with that. So yeah, just kind of wanted to show that. But yeah, just like a little weird observation tower thing. I don't know. All right. So my first favorite build, or my absolute favorite build is there. So let's go from this direction. There's 3 different ways that you can get into this zone. We're going to choose this cafeteria direction. So we got this cool little entryway again. I don't know, messing around with angles. This was supposed to be episode 3, but I just can't bring myself to edit it and, you know, post it. And I'm actually losing subscribers by posting this content. So I just kind of want to wrap this series up and wait for new content and go play other stuff and just, you know, enjoy my time. But I really, really like this build. My favorite part about this is that we actually have this cooking pot active. Even though it appears like it's roofed in, this, if you didn't know, actually needs to be exposed in order to work and function. But we kind of worked around it by putting a little chimney. And yeah, pretty happy with that. And we did the same thing here. This is my favorite. I threw a shield down and it makes it look like a platter. Then I throw the chicken on top of it, and then a stone dagger next to it looks like a carving knife. Couple of mushrooms just chilling there. Just looks really, I don't know. I love it. I think throwing stuff on your build and decorating with actual, you know, objects is just another layer of just decoration. And then we needed actual people because, you know, we have an armor shop and all that, but we didn't actually have residents who lived in the town. So I needed to just build a residential area. I was going to make this bigger, put a couple more houses out there. These aren't really decorated. But in case you do want to download this world and you wanted to have, you know, friends come and visit, maybe they could claim one of these houses. They have a bedroll for a respawn and a chest to put their belongings, and they could just claim a house and, yeah, call it a day. So this house is, you know, again, not really super packed with decoration. And yeah, you got a little dock here. Now, my favorite build out of 105 hours and probably 12 to 15 overall independent builds has to be this. I absolutely love this. So we walk in, we got a nice simplistic, you know, less is more archway here. And I was really just wanting to play with some angles, and I absolutely love coming in here. We got the lodestone, and we've got our rune altar right next to this rune essence spring and the floating rocks. And at night, whenever the stars are like that in the sky, this is just so pretty to me. That's why I purposefully waited until it was nighttime to record this clip. This is my favorite build. Even the foundation that it's on, with all the angles and the sharp corners. I had so much fun building this. It would have been such a pain. I had 2.5 hours to 3 hours of footage that I would have had to edit, and I just didn't want to spend 8 to 10 hours editing this last episode. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be lazy, but the videos are barely breaking 1,000 views, and I'd rather just go do other stuff. But I didn't want to not finish the series. So yeah, if you don't know how to download the save file and actually play this world for yourself, I can walk you through that super quickly. So stick around for that. If not, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the village. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry to bail early on you, but there's a bunch of games that I want to play still. And yeah, 105 hours. This game's awesome, but I don't know. It's not doing it for me anymore. I'll come back whenever there's an update, for sure. Actually, it just occurred to me I should probably mention that my dragonproof base is on the same save file. So the village and this base is all interconnected. And this base is right here. And the village is these 3 nodes. Also, we have this base as well. So just to kind of give you a full, you know, tour of the entirety of the server. Now, some weird stuff has been happening. I don't know if he's going to be here or not. No, okay, so the spawn is still blocked. So a lot of people were having issues, but a Thane Garu spawns here. Sometimes, not for my server. So if you do download this save file again, you'd have access to this little tin and copper base for making bronze. And it's got a little kitchen, just, you know, little upstairs area, balcony seating, all that. And then the dragonproof base, which I have a video on this. Super fortifiable. Like, you're not going to get raided, no goblin attacks. And I'm pretty sure with the tier 2 roof, the dragon's no longer an issue. So you can pretty much just AFK up here for hours and hours and not have to worry about, you know, having any issues. But yeah, this is all on the same server. Wow. Oh yeah, this is why I stopped building as well. So we'll be floating here for about 35 to 40 seconds before I'm able to move. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. The game's not very optimized. My PC wants to catch fire every like 4 hours of recording. And yeah, you know, who wants to float in place for 40 seconds every time you try to warp into your base after, you know, hunting or something? And also, like, it needs quality of life. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just, after 105 hours, the charm really does. Like, look at this, dude. I'm still, there we go. I can move again. We get to play it again. Yeah, the charm has worn off quite a bit after 105 hours, and the cracks really start to show. So if I sound jaded and negative, I like the game. I really like the game. I think the game is great, especially for what it is, and you know, being an early access like it is, it's an awesome game. Has tremendous potential, but yeah, it's not without its flaws for sure. And yeah, just to avoid burnout and not liking the game, which I'm feeling myself becoming more and more negative daily, trying to force myself to play the game because I wanted to make content on it. I'm just gonna step away, take a break, and come back whenever there's something new and exciting going on. So just wanted to show you those other locations, just in case you do download the save file and want to play the game, the world, you know that there's other locations as well. So, all right. This section of the video is just to kind of show you where and how to get and where to put after you get it and all that. So if you do want to download the save file, this is a quick, easy little tutorial. And, you know, if you want to use this method for other people's save files in the future, it's good to know this. So you're going to go to this PC, you're going to go to C drive, you're going to go to users. Then this should either say admin, mine says Chris, it should say your name. Click that one. If you do not see app data, it's okay. Just go to view. You're going to go down to show, and then you're going to make sure that hidden items is selected with a check mark. We're going to go into app data, then local. Then we're going to find our, where is it? There it is. RuneScape Dragonwilds. You'll have this folder here. Saved, and then saved games. Save characters is going to be each of your characters that you have. So I only have 2 characters, Omni and Cross. But saved games, this is going to be all the servers that you have saved. So I have the Crossroads and Season 1 Let's Play. So this is the title here. So I'm actually going to go ahead, copy this, and then I'm going to paste it here. You don't do this part, I'm just doing this part. Then we're going to go ahead and actually pin this message. So whenever you join my Discord, you'll find that in the description of this video. You can come here to pinned messages and then click on this, or just download the season 1 let's play.sav. So this you will then have in your download file. So you'll go to your downloads, and it'll be around here somewhere. You'll right click it, copy it, and then yeah, that's you'll do the thing that I just showed you earlier. You'll save it to there. So users, Chris, app data, local. We find RuneScape Dragonwilds, saved, saved games, and then you would right click and paste it here. And then whenever you load up the game, it'll be on the list of servers that you can join. So hopefully that works. And I'm sorry to bail out early on the series. I'm just really not enjoying the game, and yeah, I'd rather go do other stuff with my time. So didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Wanted you to have access to the save file. It was really important to me, and I'm glad we got it done. So take care. Have a good night. Be safe.